Today, on Iron Toots Gaming, we play a game at a classic action figure scale, 3 3/4 inches. Stick around. Welcome to Iron Toots Gaming. I'm your host, the Iron Toots. Today we fight a battle of humans versus aliens at 3 3/4 inch scale. Today's game will be a 150-point battle played at 4-inch BDD. For our human troops, we'll be using these action figures. They're less G.I. Joe and more G.I. Jim.
G.I. Jim, illegally extinct intellectual property. I'm embarrassed for you.
You should be embarrassed for yourself, Fast Draw. After all, you'll be the one leading them.
Oh, man.
Fast Draw will be acting as the commander of the human forces for this game. He is armed with a machine gun, equipped with the rapid fire advantage, which allows him to split his damage dice between game pieces. To give him a boost, befitting his new status, we are going to upgrade him to size category 2. Toy Box Wars contains the scale table, which contains enhancements to the abilities of larger game pieces to reflect their greater size and strength. Chapter 4 contains optional rules for champions and superheroes, which allows game pieces to benefit from the greater damage and defense of larger game pieces without changing their own size. The defining distance remains the same, so they don't gain extra range for physical attacks, but can still hide behind terrain of their size. They simply pay the points multiplier and adjust their abilities. Fast Draw's forces consist of 3 3-man squads of soldiers, 2 equipped with long arms and 1 with a grenade launcher, and 1 2-man SWAT team, armed with submachine guns and close combat weapons such as nightsticks and... What is that?
A stop sign?
2 P-131 combat drones and a mobile laser cannon round out Fast Draw's forces. Facing off against the humans is an alien invasion force, led by what we are calling Grandmama. We know this is an imperious leader figure from the original Battlestar Galactica series, but you can't tell us this doesn't look like E.T.'s Nana in a shower cap and a moo-moo. Grandmama's abilities are more well-rounded, with both a close combat and ranged attack. She took the heavy range weapon disadvantage on her Psy Blast and the self-damaging disadvantage on her Psy Sweep. Similar to Fast Draw, we use the champion rules to elevate her to size category 2. Armies in Toy Box Wars don't need commanders. It's just another freedom the game allows for. The bulk of Grandmama's forces consist of these drone troopers from the Final Faction toy line. They are in squads of 4, each with a heavy support weapon. 2 heavy support synthoids, also from the Final Faction line, are part of her army. The synthoids are modular figures with interchangeable limbs. One is outfitted for fire support, the other for close assault. Making a return appearance on the channel are the gross-ass space bugs from episode 2. They have the same stats from that game, but are significantly less impressive this time around. The scenario for today's game will be Pound and Pummel from the rulebook. Pound and Pummel is a straight-up fight. The goal is to eliminate the opposing army. The side with the highest points worth of game pieces still alive at the end of the game is the winner. In addition to our scenario, we will be adding a complication: night fighting. The night fighting complication reduces all ranged attacks to a range of 5 BDD. Each game piece is equipped with a light source with a 5 BDD range, which it can use to illuminate a target game piece, but also illuminates itself. Both game pieces can be targeted as normal until the beginning of the spotlight using game piece's next activation, or the game piece using the spotlight is destroyed. Each side takes up positions, and we roll initiative. The Jims win the first initiative, activating one of their 3-man squads of soldiers. The squad consists of 2 riflemen, equipped with basic ranged attacks, and a grenade launcher trooper, whose weapon has extra damage and the burst ability. They use a movement action, followed by an attack action, moving to within 5 BDD to target the alien leader. The whole squad pops their spotlights, illuminating Grandmama before opening fire. The old alien makes her cover save, but the grenade scatters into the clear. The rifles need 6s and the grenade launcher 5s. 1 damage is not a bad start. The Jims win a second initiative and activate one of the P-131 combat drones, also from the Final Faction line. The P-131s are built for heavy combat. They are equipped with extra armor too, and 2 rapid-firing, long-range autocannons. The 1 drone opens up on the illuminated Grandmama. She makes her cover save again, but still takes another point of damage. The aliens act next and activate one of the Karn drone squads equipped with an acid spitter. They move to attack the squad of soldiers who fired on Grandmama. Normally they would be out of range due to the darkness. However, the squad has helpfully activated their own spotlights when they illuminated the old alien. The drones roll 7 attack dice total, 2 for the acid spitter, 4 for the rifles, and 1 extra for having 4 of the same attack in a squad firing on one target. The soldiers fail their cover save, so the drones need 4s.
Quick! Get down behind the log! We can't! Our legs don't bend that way! This is bull.
With the squad completely destroyed, Grandmama returns to the safety of the darkness. The Gyms, despite currently rolling fewer dice, win the next initiative. They send the laser cannon carrier into battle. The laser cannon carrier is a transport. This is a type of game piece which Toybox Wars can represent in game, but has not yet been featured on the channel. Toybox Wars contains rules for game pieces to act as carriers for other game pieces. They can act as closed transports, open transports, and mounts. Closed and open transports will be covered in other videos. A game piece with the mount advantage can carry a single game piece. The laser cannon carrier acts as such a mount. It carries a heavy-hitting laser cannon with extended range 2, and the tank buster advantage. It is protected with extra armor level 1. It carries a standard rifleman as a rider who can dismount and act independently if necessary. The carrier has 2 disadvantages to control its cost. The first is the heavy weapon disadvantage, which lowers its movement rate. It also has the pilot required disadvantage, which means it cannot act without a rider. The carrier fires on the drones carrying the spike launcher. The drones make their cover save and only lose 1 of their number. The aliens win the next roll, and the other drone squad with an acid spitter takes a turn. They move forward, just putting the laser carrier in range. The vehicle rolls its cover save and makes it. Despite 7 dice, the drones can't find the 6 they need to take down the human's tracked weapon. The Gyms win the next roll, and the SWAT team takes their turn. They maneuver within range of the drone squad who just acted. The 2-man SWAT team are armed with submachine guns of limited range. However, the squad is the only group in the human army who brought melee weapons, even if some of those weapons are of questionable quality.
A stop sign?
The drones fail their cover save, and the SWAT team drop 2 of their number with autofire. They then pop their spotlights, illuminating the remainder of the squad. The aliens win the next initiative roll, and the rapid assault synthoid leaps into action, literally. The jump movement ability allows game pieces to ignore intervening terrain up to half their movement distance in height. The rapid assault synthoid has a jump movement of 5 BDD, which in a 4-inch BDD game works out to 20 inches. This allows it to jump over terrain features up to 10 inches tall. It's equipped with the Azora tentacle, allowing it to make attacks at double the synthoid's defining distance, and a needle arm, whose caustic injections give it the tank buster advantage. It is protected with extra armor level 2. The synthoid jumps into close combat range to menace both the P-131 bot and the 3-man squad of soldiers. It focuses all its attacks on the P-131, fishing for 6s and finds 2. The aliens win the initiative roll again, granting the Gyms their first initiative balance point. Grandmama's forces choose to send in the gross-ass space bugs. The gross-ass space bugs make a return appearance from episode 2. At that game's BDD of 1 inch, they were a terror, melting Marines in their armor, taking down rampaging dinosaurs, and going toe-to-toe with giant war robots. At 4 inches, the gross-ass space bugs are too small to operate independently. They need to use the swarm rules to be effective at this base-defining distance. The gross-ass space bugs move forward and spit gross-ass acid on the soldiers before them. They also mark them with a spotlight, exposing themselves in the process. The spotlight counts as an attack, and so has to be declared, like all other attacks, before any can be resolved. The gross-ass acid is a burst attack, and is centered on the squad of soldiers. It scatters a full BDD of 4 inches, still hitting 2. They make their cover save, but still lose 1 man. The Gyms win the next roll, and the squad illuminated by the gross-ass space bugs fires back at the alien insects. 3 dice needing 4s is enough to do 1 damage. As the swarm all share 1 hit point, that 1 damage removes the entire insectoid menace. The aliens win the next roll, activating the drone squad armed with the spike launcher. They make a movement action, sacrificing 3 inches of movement to climb over the log in front of them. They then take a full attack action to fire on the soldiers and use their spotlight to illuminate the laser cannon carrier. The spike launcher burst scatters to the other side of the log. The soldiers fail their cover save, and the combined weight of spikes and alien rifle fire take down the squad. The human army tries to save them by using an initiative balance point to re-roll the attack with a hunker down, but that isn't enough to save them. The aliens win the next initiative roll, granting the gyms another initiative balance point. The fire support synthoid goes next. The fire support synthoid is a very different build from the rapid assault variant. This version still has extra armor level 2, but is armed for long-range combat. The game piece is armed with a Citagoth bioplasma, a standard range attack with burst 2. It also has a pair of long-range battle arms, which requires the game piece to brace itself before firing. It turns in place and fires on the illuminated laser cannon carrier. The bioplasma scatters into the woods. The carrier makes its cover save. 2 6s is more than enough to take down the gym's vehicle, but the gyms opt to spend another initiative balance point to hunker down again, which pays off this time. The gyms win another roll, and Fast Draw takes a shot at the illuminated drones. The drones make their cover save, but still lose 2 of their number. The aliens choose to save the drone illuminating the laser carrier. The gyms win the initiative again, and the squad tied down by the rapid assault synthoid axe. They opt to move away from the close combat menace, drawing a reaction attack. Luckily, 4 dice only result in 1 casualty. They move, then advance move, to fire on the illuminated squad of 2 drones. The grenade failed to scatter, the drones fail their cover save, and more than enough 4s and above are rolled to take out the squad. Unfortunately for the SWAT team, their spotlights aren't extinguished until their next action. Even with the target of their illumination destroyed, they have to wait until the beginning of their next turn to gain the safety of the darkness. Acting last, Grandmama finally gets to go. Grandmama has another movement type, which we are showing off in this episode, levitation. A levitating game piece ignores the effects of difficult and impassable terrain. They simply float over them. Grandmama levitates into the woods and fires on Fast Draw with a psychic blast, who is just in range of her sight. He fails his cover save, but only takes 1 point of damage. With that, turn 1 ends. The gyms have 56 points remaining, and the aliens have 83. Both sides have sustained heavy casualties, but neither side is beaten just yet. At the beginning of turn 2, the aliens win the first initiative. The fire support synthoid takes another turn and fires on the laser carrier, this time placing the template between the carrier and the 2-man squad of soldiers. The bioplasma scatters a full BDD, but still catches the carrier and 1 soldier in its blast radius. The plasma gets to roll 1 extra dice, but must split the dice rolled between the 2 separate targets, with the player controlling the firing game piece, choosing where the remaining dice should go. They place 3 plasma dice on the carrier, with the remaining 2 on the soldier. The synthoid also fires its battle arm energy cannons at the laser carrier. The battle arms are firing through cover, and the carrier makes its save. The arms need 6s, the plasma needs 5s for the extra armored carrier, and 4s for the unarmored soldiers. The carrier is destroyed, and 1 soldier dies. When a transport is destroyed, a single attack is rolled against every game piece riding in or on it. The soldier riding the carrier suffers a 1-die attack, which he survives. The spotlight was shining on the transport, which is no longer there. The soldier is now in the darkness, but the drone is still shining his spotlight. The gyms win the next initiative, and the SWAT team moves in to avenge the laser carrier. They turn off their spotlight and rush in to assault the fire support synthoid in close combat. 2 dice needing 6s, none to be found. The aliens get a turn and activate the rapid assault synthoid. It moves, then charges, bounding into close combat to defend its fire support brethren.
It'll be okay. I've got my stop sign.
The gyms get the next turn, and the P-131 moves into range to put the hurt on Grandmama. The old woman fails her cover save and falls to the bot's auto-fire. The aliens use a hunker down to re-roll one of the 2 attacks that drop their leader, and the old lady is able to cling to life, just barely. The gyms win another initiative roll, granting the aliens another initiative balance point. Fast Draw takes a turn at putting Grandmama to bed. She makes her cover save this time, so the human commander needs 5s. A 6 on the dice gets it done, but the aliens spend their newly acquired initiative balance point to try and save their leader. 1 6 becomes 2 5s, twice the damage needed to put the old woman down for good. The aliens win the next... Something wrong, Fast Draw?
None of us are comfortable continuing this video so long as we can see up that thing's moo-moo.
I see what you mean. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. There. It'll be alright, son. I looked right at it, sir.
As I was saying, the aliens win the next turn and activate the squad of 4 drones. They move forward and fire on the P-131. The 131 fails its cover save and falls to the combined weight of fire from the drone squad. The last gym goes and fires on the fire support synthoid. The alien makes its cover save, The Synthoid's extra armor 2 plus its cover bonus sets the target number to 7, which is not achievable by this soldier. Turn 2 ends with 23 points left for the Gyms, and 70 points for their alien opponents. The alien leader may be down, but things look bad for the humans. Turn 3 begins with the Gyms getting the first turn. Fast Draw elects to go first, firing on the drone squad. He can see members of the squad with no cover, allowing him to fire on the group without allowing them a save. He needs 3s, and is able to take down 2 of them. The aliens win the next initiative, and activate the fire support Synthoid. Standing in the same spot it's occupied the whole game, it fires on the Gym picking on it. The bioplasma scatters into the woods, and the soldier makes his cover save. The aliens need 5s, but 6 dice is hard to stand up to. The aliens win the next initiative, giving the Gyms an initiative balance point. The rapid assault Synthoid acts next. It jumps across the board to attack one of the Gym's riflemen. The humans use their initiative balance point to use the stand and deliver ability, allowing the rifleman to fire on the Synthoid. The rifleman's attack fails, but the Synthoid's does not. The drones act next, granting another initiative balance point to the humans, or a human at this point I suppose. They fire on Fast Draw at point blank range, doing him 1 point of damage. Fast Draw elects not to use the initiative balance point to hunker down. He instead uses it to activate the pop shot ability, which lets him shoot back. He rolls rather poorly though, only dropping 1 drone. With that, turn 3 ends. Fast Draw stands wounded and alone. He'll need to pull some fancy maneuvers to pull this one out of the fire. Turn 4 begins with the aliens winning the first initiative, not surprising with a 3-to-1 dice advantage. The rapid assault Synthoid jumps into close combat, 6 dice needing 6s due to Fast Draw's extra armor and elevated status. 1-6 wounds the Gym's leader, but he still lives. The aliens go again, and the last drone takes its shot. Hedging its bets, it shines a spotlight on the last human still standing, before firing. A good hedge it turns out to be, as no 6s are rolled. Fast Draw finally gets an action. Pinned down by the rapid assault Synthoid's close combat attacks, he risks a reaction attack by turning his machine gun on the Synthoid who killed so much of his army. The alien makes its reaction attack.
Hacks! I call hacks!
With that, the aliens win, 58 points to 0.
This game's rigged.
We hope you have enjoyed this game of Toy Box Wars,
I didn't.
played at a classic action figure scale. If any of the rules seemed unclear, feel free to ask.
Why couldn't my guys bend their legs?
Or if there is anything you'd like to see in a future video, feel free to make a request.
Why couldn't I have a real army?
If you're interested in picking up a copy of Toy Box Wars,
I'm not.
it's for sale on IronTootsGaming.com, link in the description below. As you can see,
I got robbed.
Toy Box Wars allows you to play what you want,
I want a rematch.
how you want, where you want. Thank you for joining us, and never stop playing.